Let's talk about Mississippi State, Arizona State. This is also a matchup that we don't get to see very often, and kind of a cool week 2 game. Mississippi State has just been a train wreck the last couple of years here. Are they able to pull it together and have a semi-functional season? Now, I think, having a semi-functional season and winning a lot of games in the SEC are not the same thing. Somebody has to be the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th best team in the SEC, 13th, 14th, whatever. You could actually be a pretty decent team if we stuck you in any other conference and still be kind of bottom of the barrel of the SEC. But, Will, how do they stack up against Arizona State?
So if you look at it on paper and you just kind of take your assumptions about each team, this game shouldn't be very close.
Yeah.
The spread's under a touchdown. So Arizona State the books are almost telling you they're kind of walking into a trap. Now, Sam Levitt looked really dynamic in their opener. He threw for 257, ran for 73. Jordan Tyson is one of the best receivers in the country out there. He caught 12 passes for 141 and 2 touchdowns. They forced 3 sacks and 8 TFLs against Northern Arizona. Granted, but that defensive front does look pretty productive. And then for Mississippi State, they were able to pull away from Southern Miss in the second half of that game. Shapen threw for 270 and a touchdown. Devon Booth and Fluff Bothwell, I think, are a very good complementary running back 1 and 2. And the receiving yards are very well spread out for Mississippi State. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. Like Shapen was able to really spread that ball around. Because of how this number looks and what I've been able to learn so far from losing bets is that Arizona State is a bit of a trap spot here.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be really, really close. I'm not ready to say that Mississippi State is going to be able to win this game because I think they're just that, there's that one tick short of really being able to pull off an upset like this. But this game should be really, really good. I'll probably lean 31-27 Arizona State.
They played each other a year ago, and Arizona State won by 7. Now, Arizona State got much better as the year went on. And to start the year last year, we didn't think Arizona State would be very good, evidenced by them being picked last in the Big 12.
Gadabo did have 230 yards in that game.
Without him, though, can they, if they're not able to run effectively,
262 yards, actually. Excuse me.
That's a big problem if they're not able to run effectively on the road. You've got to be able to run on the road. Now, I've got a ton of confidence in Levitt, and I think that he's probably, my Sawyer Robertson hype from last week is lacking a little bit, but Levitt might be the best quarterback in the Big 12. And so I do have a lot of confidence in him. And I do think, very rarely do you say that the Jimmys and Joes match up well with an SEC program. If there's one that you think it might, it's this one, right? And it's not a ton of hate towards Mississippi State, but I think they and their fans kind of know where they are as a program. It would be nice for them to be able to pick up this win because there's not a lot of guaranteed wins left on this schedule when you look at who they have to play. But I just, quarterback play is important. I know Shapen had a nice finish, but I lean Arizona State here pretty heavily. It wouldn't surprise me if it's close. I think anytime you go on the road and you're playing a team and an environment that's the SEC, even though it's Mississippi State, I think that's tough, but they've got good fans. I mean, they've been ranked high before and their fans expect them to be better. So I don't know. I'm kind of in line with Will. I think maybe Arizona State gets something late to put it away. They didn't do a great job early in the year last year. They got much better as the year went on. So maybe that's a question. Do they let it be closer than it really should be? But they were good on the road at the end of last year. I mean, I think they beat Kansas State on the road. They beat, I had it up a second ago. They beat Arizona on the road 49-7. They beat Oklahoma State on the road. They doubled up their score. So they were good on the road at times last year. So I think they win by 10. Give me 31-21.
All right, Will, what's your score prediction there?
I'll go 31-27 Arizona State. I do respect Mississippi State enough to keep this close. And home opener with those cowbells, I'm not sure anybody in Arizona has even ever seen a cowbell. So that could be I think that could be a bit of a culture shock for them. But I do think Arizona State will pull it off, but I think it'll be a war.
Last year, Arizona State won 30-23 again. Gadabo had that 264 rushing yards in it. I do think Arizona State wins. I think it's closer. I'm going to say 35-28. So a decent showing for Mississippi State, but maybe not quite good enough. But as TJ said, there's only so many wins on that schedule. So if you can pluck one this weekend, you're going to want to do it.